Severe weather is rolling across the country, including North Texas.
A student with Frisco ISD was murdered yesterday while at a UIL track meet.
And President Trump has released the latest of a new set of tariffs. More on how this could impact you moving forward.
Broadcasting live from the University of North Texas, this is ntTV News at Noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining ntTV News at Noon. I'm Krista Adams.
And I'm India Edwards.
I wished for some rain recently, and I was pleasantly surprised to see some gloomy weather this morning.
Besides the fact that I was too scared to get my hair wet, I didn't mind hearing the raindrops on my window.
I don't know how much more rain we're going to get, so let's check with Emma Burns to see how long this weather's going to last. Emma?
All right, ladies, you're going to be wishing you're securing that hair for a few more months because we are starting tornado and bad severe weather season. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we're looking at for this morning. So right now it is currently 56 degrees and it's going to feel like 52 and 18-mile-an-hour winds. Those winds are going to start coming in about northeast, and those are going to be blowing in some severe storms that we're going to start seeing early tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at what we're going to be looking about 6 p.m. tonight. Storms are still going to be moving our way, so temperatures are still going to be in the high 50s. Definitely not what we were seeing last week with that 82 degrees. Now let's take a look at tomorrow. All right, so this is when we're going to be seeing some strong to severe thunderstorms. Those storms are going to be moving in around 3 a.m. and they're going to be here around till around 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So make sure you're on the lookout and you're bringing an umbrella and being weather aware. I will have more details on that later in the show. That's all I have for now. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Emma. A North Texas teenager was stabbed to death at a track meet earlier today. Police say the person who killed him was also a student. It happened around 10 a.m. at David Kirkendall Stadium in Frisco. Police say a 17-year-old from Frisco, Synonel Carmelo Anthony, stabbed another 17-year-old boy. Identified by Frisco ISD as Austin Metcalf from Memorial High School. During a fight, despite the best efforts of his brother, as well as police and fire personnel, Metcalf succumbed to his injuries. No other motive has been discussed. Anthony is charged with first-degree murder. He is still in jail with no bond set. The state representative of Frisco, Jared Patterson, has since released a statement saying that his thoughts are with the Metcalf family and Frisco ISD and expressing gratitude for the first responders.
The past 24 hours has been a deadly and dangerous time on Denton highways.
That's right, India. I've had to be extra careful trying to get to and from the university. Recently, ntTV's Omar Najam outside with more on what happened. Omar?
Thanks, ladies. Just a few miles north of UNT campus on I-35, there was a multi-vehicle crash that involved 9 injured and 2 in critical, 9 people injured and 2 in critical condition. This happened just a few days, this happened just one day after 6 people were injured and 1 was killed on the other side of I-35. There are ways to prevent crashes or prevent and stop crashes, and there are certain ways that you can do this. One is make sure you're not on your phone. 2, always be cautious when merging. And 3, make sure you don't call and drive. That's and always be extra cautious. That's all I have for you now. Back to the desk.
Thank you, Omar. President Trump's most recent tariffs from yesterday, which he has titled being as part of Liberation Day, could be rather restricting on your wallet going forward. CNN's Amy Kiley has more on this story.
Americans are starting to see a new economic reality under President Donald Trump. Take tariffs, for instance, with Trump confirming yesterday he still plans to impose 25% duties on Mexican and Canadian imports. Tariffs on Chinese goods are in place now, and Trump says reciprocal ones are in the works.
It is a drive to bring back manufacturing, to protect our great jobs here.
Economists say tariffs support domestic producers by making U.S. businesses pay extra for imports. In light of new ones, Apple and Eli Lilly say they're investing billions of dollars in U.S. manufacturing. On the other hand, recent surveys show tariffs are causing concern about inflation.
Consumers are telling us that they are getting a bit more worried about the future.
Republican efforts to lower the deficit are making waves too.
And the new reality is less government, more efficiency, better return for the taxpayers.
Part of that is a new House resolution that calls for massive and controversial spending cuts. It also contains sweeping tax breaks that aren't sitting well with some fiscal hawks.
The deficit's going to go up.
Large-scale layoffs of federal workers are another part of the plan to reduce spending. Some analysts worry they could backfire.
Are literally some of the firings just in the federal government, which has 10 million workers, is that going to be enough to cause a recession?
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
When we come back, more on some changes that could happen in the White House.
And with all the tornadoes that have popped up within the past 24 hours, can North Texas be next? ntTV's Emma Burns will be in the studio with that answer. Stay with us.
Hey you! Yeah, you. Tax day is right around the corner, and the IRS has free resources to help you. Just visit their website or contact our volunteer income tax program at 800-906-9887. You don't want the IRS knocking at your door. Whew, I guess it's too late for you. Pay now or pay later with interest. File your taxes.
I wonder what's on the radio today. I don't know about this. This is not it.
Everything alternative, commercial free. 88.1 Indie.
Here at KNTU, we have two traditional stations, 88.1 Indie and KNTU Jazz. We've also recently launched an internet radio station called Mean Green Hits. If you want to hear more, you can check us out at MediaNorthTexas.com.
That was pretty good.
The tariffs President Donald Trump recently introduced are now in effect, and the impact is already being felt. One of these tariffs will affect all motor vehicles being shipped in from foreign countries by 25%, which could end up being particularly difficult on nations like South Korea, Mexico, Canada, Japan, and Germany. These tariffs are put into place in an attempt to create more American jobs. However, this won't entirely be the case. The reason why we import vehicles and parts from other countries is because it costs more to make in the United States than it would otherwise to import it. This means that Americans would actually be paying more for these items, potentially by an increase of thousands of dollars.
Elon Musk has been the top cheerleader for the new Trump administration, but recently the president has reportedly told his inner circle it's time for Musk to return to his businesses and take on less of a leading role in government. According to Politico, this move comes due to frustrations with Musk's unpredictability and growing view that the billionaire is a political liability. Since Inauguration Day, Musk has posted his plans to gut federal agencies on the social media site X without the White House approval. Just a month ago, Trump said Musk was, quote, here to stay. No official announcement about Musk's role in the White House has been made.
Although I love the rain, I do have plans this weekend that I don't want to be ruined.
So do I, Krista. Let's check in with Emma Burns to see if the weather is going to clear up just in time for our plans. Emma?
Hey ladies, like I said earlier, it is severe storm season, so depending on when you have those plans, you may need to reschedule or you may just be in luck. But let's take a look at right now. So across North Texas, we're already seeing those cooler temperatures across our region because of this line of storms moving through tomorrow morning. Now let's take a look at across the state. So north of us right now, Amarillo, they're already seeing some of those storms this morning. North of us, Oklahoma City last night, a little bit cooler than us. They saw those severe storms last night. And then that cold front is going to continue to move up across the north. Down south, they're not going to be experiencing any of this rain, so they're a little bit warmer than us. So you may want to move south if you're looking for some sunshine. All right, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. So this is something really to pay attention to. So early tomorrow morning, we are going to be seeing storms from around 4 a.m. to 11 a.m. These storms do have the potential to carry strong winds, hail, and damaging forces. So make sure you're staying weather aware. This is going to continue all the way into Saturday morning early. But as you see Sunday, we're going to be seeing some relief. Scattered showers are going to be around Sunday morning, but around noon, we will be seeing some clear skies Monday through Thursday. Now let's go ahead and take a look at our radar for tomorrow morning to see when we can expect these storms. All right, so this is going to be tomorrow morning around 4 a.m. and it's going to continue to move. It's going to be this little area right here. It's going to develop into this line of storms. This line has the potential to carry hail, strong winds. Tornado risk is currently low, so those are going to be the only damaging forces we're going to see. So this is going to move through all the way northeast. We're going to see some clarity throughout Friday morning, but storms are going to develop down here, down south of us Saturday morning and continue to move our way. These are going to be less of a threat than the storms that we're going to see Friday morning, Saturday morning. So hail risk is lower, but the high wind risk is still there. So make sure you're securing any outside chairs. Hailstorms, be aware of your vehicles, roofing, and keep outside animals in. Now, whenever it comes to tornado risks, last night we did see some tornadoes touch down north of us in Oklahoma. So these spring showers can include some scary to severe weather changes, like I said, hail, flooding, and tornadoes. So 2 were reported touchdown in Oklahoma, just north of us. One tornado, this is in Owasso, Oklahoma. It was almost a mile long. Now, only 2 people have, I apologize, no injuries were reported, but this tornado has yet to be graded. Some are expecting it to be as high as an F4. Now, the community try to stay clear of this during this time, and Oklahoma wasn't the only area impacted by these storms last night. All throughout the Midwest yesterday, Arkansas, Missouri, that entire area was hit with destroying tornadoes. Luckily for us, we missed those storms, but to stay severe weather aware, UNT is sending out emails regularly from the National Weather Service. So please make sure you are checking your emails, download a weather app, stay indoors during a thunderstorm, and know your emergency floor plans. That's all I have. Back to you guys at the desk.
With all of this crazy weather, I can't help but wonder how the bugs are doing in the wind and rain. I see a strong storm and I can't think anything else but how can anything live through this? And then the next day, bugs are flying around like normal.
You know, even if it seems like bugs are doing well, I actually heard the opposite about bees. And from what I heard, it's not good. Alicia Palacios has more on the story. Alicia?
Thanks, guys. For the last 8 months, bees have been disappearing and dying, and we're not fully sure why. This is concerning because bees are an integral part of the agricultural industry. They don't just make honey. CNN's Jack Ford has more on this topic.
Creating the perfect environment is a labor of love for local beekeepers like Tom Babcock. It helps the bugs thrive, produce honey, and pollinate. He says he's been lucky enough to only lose one entire hive.
I've been doing this since 2010.
And you've never seen anything like this?
Never seen anything like this. Not the amount of losses.
Down the road, we met beekeeper Laura Pascarella, who's facing the same fears, and we suited up to get a first-hand look.
But yeah, this is a thriving colony. This colony so far is doing exactly what it should in the spring. But there are many beekeepers who find these thriving colonies and then they go back a month later and something has happened and they are no longer thriving. There's something, they're either dying off or gone.
Pascarella says this isn't just a scary sight for the beekeeper. It's a scary reality that will have ripple effects across the entire agricultural economy. Honeybees pollinate around 75% of fruits, nuts, and vegetables in the United States. around $15 billion worth of crops.
A lot of people don't realize, but honeybees are #1 food source pollinators. And so if you are 60% short on your food pollinator for your crops, then you're going to be short on your agricultural production.
A buzzing issue with major impacts.
Even though we don't know why this is happening, there are some ways to help out our bees. Bees tend to be out finding pollen during the middle of the day, so it's best to avoid spraying pesticides during that time. Bees might be a little scary, but they are worth saving. That's all I have for you today. Back to you guys at the desk.
After the break, more on an arrest in Denton that comes after shots were fired into someone's house.
And more on how an organization that managed to convince the city to do more help victims of domestic violence. Stay with us.
I use Flex to buy my favorite snacks.
I use Flex to get me through my mornings.
I use Flex at my favorite campus restaurants. I love how Flex is a cashless payment method and can be used at all campus dining venues.
So, how do you use Flex?
It's a bad day for Wall Street as the stock market crashes due to President Donald Trump's sweeping tariffs. This morning has been one of the worst days for stockholders as the Dow drops 1,400 points. The stock market isn't the only thing suffering, however, as the U.S. dollar value has dropped to its lowest in months. These tariffs are having a tremendous impact on the economy in only a matter of hours. We'll continue to keep you updated on what that means for you at home.
Denton police arrested a 24-year-old man Tuesday, March 5th, after he allegedly fired gunshots at an apartment unit. The gunshot luckily did not harm anyone, but it did cause property damage. Brandon Hollis of Denton is charged with deadly conduct relating to the gunshot. His bail for the current charge has not been set, but Hollis remains in Denton County Jail on Wednesday afternoon with his bail set for $100,000 total for unrelated family violence warrants. As Hollis has been previously convicted of 4 counts of assaulting a public servant, he also was convicted of lesser robbery from a 2019 incident.
The city of Denton is receiving a 6.5-acre resource center for survivors of domestic violence. This is thanks to Denton County's Friends of the Family organization. Last week, the nonprofit announced it's relocating their Family Justice Center along North Bonnie Bray Street. The organization Executive Director Tony Johnson Simpson said that the biggest issue their clients are facing is finding reliable transportation to the multiple resource centers. The construction of the new center will solve this problem by centralizing all of other resources. In addition, the nonprofit is looking to double its emergency housing occupancy to hold 80 beds with the approval of the City Council. The nonprofit is now just looking for an engineering firm to start a construction. They hope to start as soon as possible and complete the first phase by 2026.
Neurodivergent describes individuals who experience variation and differences in the way they learn, communicate, process information, and overall experience the world. And it is necessary that colleges around the world provide the proper resources and help needed for this community. Luckily, UNC held an event educating students about neurodiversity, and ntTV's Marissa Bender has gotten the chance to experience this event and learn more about the topic. Let's take a look.
In an average college, about 10 to 30% of students are part of the neurodiverse community. And it is important that these students are not only given the help needed to learn, but are also surrounded by an accepting environment. Thankfully, UPC's Neurodiversity and Connections event gave me more insights into this topic. The event handed out free fidget toys, drawing pages, and included a raffle, but the main event was a panel of speakers who gave more insight into this topic. They spoke about their own personal experiences, the importance of accommodations, speaking out about your needs, steps needed to get a diagnosis, and more. I got the chance to speak to 2 speakers on the panel and hear their own stories and advice on the matter. Erica Bridges is a student on campus, and she told me how her learning and communication differences make school a struggle for her. She described her experience as the idea of having to figure out how to be a superhero in order to meet the rubric and get a good grade in class. She said that many people don't realize that even with accommodations, she still has to work super hard. Erica stressed the importance of teachers understanding students like her. Erica said she'd rather feel like a valued person instead of a number to tick off on grading, especially with all the hard work she puts in. Lauren Matthews, another panel speaker, is a clinical professor in the Department of Audiology and Speech-Language Pathology. She also started many of the programs here at UNT's Neurodiversity Initiative. She added on to the topic of how teachers can help out the community. She said that the neurodiverse community has not always been accepted or been responded to positively, so it's hard for students on that spectrum to open up. She says professors can help by starting that conversation and being accepting of differences within the first day of class or by mentioning it in their syllabus. Overall, this event was extremely helpful and shined a light on an important issue within colleges. Erica said these type of events helps educate people about the movement, makes her feel included, and reduces the stigma around the community. These events help bring UNT together and help people learn something new. And if you want to know more, make sure to look into UNT's Office of Disability Access.
Whether you fall under the spectrum or not, it is important to continue doing research and staying educated in order to help those around you or yourself. One thing about me, I love a good taco.
Me too, India. Shrimp tacos are the best. What's your favorite?
While shrimp tacos are a good choice, I have to go with brisket. But I heard about a place that can serve some pretty good tacos and some pretty good entertainment. Our Seen and Heard anchor Vanessa Nahara has more on this place. Vanessa?
Thank you guys. I got you guys an excellent spot for your nightly plans and for your next taco night. I had the opportunity to visit a local Mexican restaurant that holds lively events and the best agua frescas in Denton. Let's take a look.
Right now, I am at Denton Square in the restaurant called El Taco H, a Mexican restaurant that stays true to their culture and has won Best Tacos for the Best of Denton award within the last year. But here, it is more than just the street tacos and the delicious agua frescas. El Taco H also hosts events for customers to have the perfect evening plans with loved ones.
I think most Hispanic kids have always had like a core memory when it comes to like loteria. It was playing with your family at like a dance.
Every Wednesday night from 7 to 9 p.m., El Taco H hosts loteria nights welcome for all ages where you can win prizes ranging from food, ice cream candy, merchandise, and more. My friends and I just had to play a few rounds while we enjoyed our drinks. I recommend the Jamaica and Pepino Agua Fresca.
The loteria, and then we do our salsa nights, and we try and do as much as we can to incorporate the culture. We've hosted luchador wrestling in the past. Just a lot of very fun events that you don't see around Denton a lot.
Along with their loteria nights, they host Latin nights every other Friday night, where people can come out to dance and enjoy Latin music. El Taco H strives to bring...
Whether you're in the mood to dance all night, test your luck, or just want to get a taco plate, El Taco H is the perfect place for that. That is all I have for you guys today. Back to you guys at the desk.
So Krista, I heard you're a Stars fan.
That's right, India, and we have some good news for us Star fans right now. So let's pitch it over to Matthew McDowell to see what the hype's about. Matthew?
That's right, guys. When we come back, I'll be talking Stars and Rangers, but we'll also have a look into UNT's tennis team. Stay tuned.
Looking to open a free checking or savings account but don't know where to start? Check out DATQ Credit Union right here on campus. Get your Mean Green debit card instantly or apply for a DATQ Visa credit card today. Your school, your card. Plus, make deposits at their 24/7 ATM, checks or cash whenever you need it. Make sure to sign up for DATQ's online banking platform and mobile app for easy access anytime, anywhere. Visit them at www.datq.org to learn more. DATQ, the official financial institution of UNT Athletics.
The Dallas Stars are on a heater right now. In their last 16 games, they have gone 12-2-2 and have won 6 in a row. They currently sit second in the Western Conference, 4 points behind first place Winnipeg with a game at hand. Both of those teams have a crucial matchup later this month that could determine who will be first and who will be second at the end of the regular season. The Stars can't look too far ahead, though, as they have a game tonight. They play the Nashville Predators later today in the AAC. Puck drop will be at 7. After a series with the Reds, the Rangers are back in first place of the AL West. It was deja vu from Tuesday as they won both games just 1-0. Even though we're only 7 games into the season, it's good news for Ranger fans. The Rangers are in one of the most competitive divisions this year, and it's important for them to get off to a good start. They're off today, but we'll have a weekend series with the Tampa Bay Rays. That series will be played at Globe Life Field. To finish things off for sports, we've got an amazing story from our ntTV fellow sports reporter, Nicholas Violetti. Take a look.
UNT Tennis continued their incredible season at home by taking down the Tarleton State Texans on Senior Day. The matchup went down to the wire as the two teams were tied at 3-3 with just one match remaining. Then, UNT's Carolina Ladner came through in the clutch with a 3-set victory to seal the win for Mean Green Tennis.
I was super focused and I put it in my head that I was going to win this one, and I think that was like one of the best sets I've played, so I'm really happy I got the win.
The win wraps up UNT's home schedule with an undefeated 8-0 record when playing at the Orange Tennis Complex in Denton. On top of the win, it was a special afternoon for UNT senior Gianna Pilot as she played her final home match. Unfortunately, fellow senior Olivia Malm felt sick and couldn't play, but Pilot would end her home career on a high note with a 2-set win. She has been trusted to play on line 1 in all her singles matches this season, consistently taking on the best players that UNT's opponents have to offer.
You know, my teammates have been amazing, and I just think like the support has been awesome, and everybody around just has been awesome. And the home matches are great, the home crowd and everybody at UNT, and I just think all the support has been wonderful and has helped me grow into the person I am today, so I'm really thankful.
The Mean Green will now head to Wichita to take on Wichita State and Creighton this weekend before finishing the regular season next weekend against Abilene Christian. For North Texas Television, I'm Nick Volpetti.
That's all for sports. Back to the desk.
And yeah, I can't wait for the weekend. This week has felt like a million years.
Me too. After a long week of assignments, I love to go out to shows and events to have a good time.
Same, but with so many events, it can be hard to decide what to experience next.
Don't worry, we're here to help. Here's some events you can attend this weekend. On Friday, we got the Be Endo show at the Harvest House and a charity show featuring women front and local bands to support the Endometriosis Foundation of America. Then Saturday is going to be busy day with a variety of events for you to attend. Saturday morning, if you'd like to give back to the Denton community, you can donate your time to the Great American Cleanup to pick up litter around the city. Then we got the April Fool's Market on the Budding Backyard Boutique for the afternoon. In the evening, you can end your night with a furry friend at Miss Angeline's, where you can adopt a new furry friend while grabbing a drink. To end your weekend, this Sunday, we have the annual egg exhibition, a silent auction for ceramic eggs created by local artists. If you want to keep up with local events, visit the Denton Record Chronicle to find more. Thank you for watching ntTV News at noon.
Join us again tonight at 6 here on North Texas Television.